This is not a video I wanted to make, but officially it's time to do so. PetSim 99 has been out for almost 2 years. As you can see, we've gone through all of these updates, which 99% of them are like events. But unfortunately today, this will be one of my last ever PetSim 99 videos that you're ever gonna see until there's some big changes made, which I genuinely don't think will ever happen. Now, I'm gonna go through everything, and I'm gonna make sure you guys are entertained with this video, because one thing that they did just do is make the dark unit eggs like 30% cheaper, which if that doesn't tell you much, yeah, they want more money before the game dies. Not that I want to feed into this or whatever, but I feel like it makes sense for it being my last video. I've spent thousands and millions of Robux actually across all my videos, and it just wouldn't hurt for me to buy like 200 more of these eggs. You know what? Just because this is about to be one of my last videos, let's do 300. Why not? And you might think, no, I'm not actually quitting buying these eggs. No, I'm being so serious. This is quite literally the last video you're ever going to see from me. And if for whatever reason I upload more videos, developers go ahead and ban me. The only videos that you guys are ever rarely going to see from this game is maybe one if they make some massive changes, in which then I will be willing to come back. But I'm talking like changes that are so big that I think the developers will never do, because we've been asking for it forever and it's never happened. At the time I'm recording, the game has 40,000 players, and the update only came out like 3 days ago, so this is not the best news. One of the reasons why I'm quitting is, well, PetSim 99 is dying. And there's so many reasons to why it's dying, which is something I'm willing to get into, because it kind of explains on why I'm exactly quitting the game. But while we do that, let's go ahead and open some of these dark unit eggs. Oh, they changed the way that it opens? Okay, this is kind of nice. But over the past, like, I don't know how many years it's been, 2-3 years, I've transferred all my stuff from PetSim Eggs to this game, and I've grinded this game like crazy. I have some of the best pets in the game, and probably the most rarest pet, the huge Pegasus. Oh, not to mention I also have the angel dog that is sitting in my inventory. Yeah, the huge one, the golden. But things that people have been asking for in this game are ridiculous. I mean, some of the many things that we've been asking for is, one, to not get as many events as we could. Now, I will say the developers did go ahead and finally introduce Fantasy World, which was the first thing they've probably ever listened to in a very long time. And unfortunately, it underperformed for them, definitely. But the biggest thing that the developers have failed to realize on this game is that we do not care about huge and Titanic pets anymore. They tried spoiling players with Titanic and huge pets inside of the Fantasy World areas, which, for example, right here, as you can see, you got the time trials, right? And then you also have the tier chest, which you can get a chance of the Titanic. The problem with this game is no one really cares about that stuff anymore. This economy is completely destroyed with millions of Titanics or millions of huges, and probably hundreds of thousands of Titanics every single update. The point is, when you have so many, there is really no reason to come back, and that is something that most players have realized, because let's say, for example, this huge angry Yeti. It is only 16 million gems. 60 million gems takes about an hour of grinding when you are completely new to the game. So without a doubt, that is something not hard for many people to get at all, especially when you constantly have events such as the tower defense that offer these exclusive eggs. I mean, one of these exclusive eggs is equivalent to 3 of those huge pets that I just showed you. And sure, you could go ahead and get huges as many times as you want, but after a certain point, it gets repetitive and there's no reason to continue. And that, unfortunately, is a problem with this game entirely, because it's completely based off of pets. And, well, after a certain point, you just get tired of getting the same stuff. Something that I thought was very enjoyable back in the day was that when you got new areas inside the game, pet stats will go up by tons. I mean, for example, you'd have one update where you have a pet with 159 trillion damage, and then in the next update, it'd be like 4 or 5 times that. So there is a huge reason to actually want to play. Now maybe it'll be like 10 trillion more than that, which is about like a tenth more, whatever they calculate it as. And, well, back in PetSim X, you used to know a lot more about the game, and nowadays everything is almost hidden from you. For example, you don't know the chances of anything inside the forever pack, nor do you know, like, for example, what you're gonna get out of most of the stuff in this game. For the most part, we don't even know if many of the enchants stack, do whatever, if they're useful or whatever it could possibly be, because the developers don't provide any actual information. Like, for example, Rainbow Egg says boost your ability to hatch rainbow pets. Okay, but by what amount? And there is a good chance that after this video, I might lose my partner. But I feel like at this point, it really just doesn't matter. Because sure, I get partner eggs every update. But once again, those eggs are completely pointless because I'm getting to hatch them. But I can't give it out to any of you guys. Oh, and not to mention that once again, no one really cares about getting Titanics and stuff. And Gargantuans at first were a place of interest, but I feel like now they have completely died down. They did not come out as excited as Titanics did, because Gargantuans have this ability that, well, for some reason this one doesn't. But the ones in my inventory do. Well, Gargantuan, yeah, it says, wait, what? Did they remove? Okay, no, it says it right here. Ground Slam, pet will damage breakables in a larger area. Now, if I go ahead and wait for that ground slam, as you can see right there, boom, yeah, that ground slam did nothing. That was one of the cool things about this Gargantuan update. And, well, the ground slam only does a third of the entirety health of the breakables, meaning it's essentially useless. Oh, not to mention, this is a 1 in 10,000 chance of getting, which on average, it would take you 850,000 Robux in order to get a Gargantuan pet that acts just like any other pet, except it's just only more rare, and its ground slam ability does nothing. Something we also asked for the developers to do is that after every so often of the Gargantuans have a new ability, so it's not ground slam the entire time. Yeah, that also never happened. We asked for a revamp of clans because we all know how rigged they are. I mean, you got this Uno clan with 10 medals. Yeah, that means they've became first place 10 times in a row. I mean, as long as I can remember, these 3 clans have been at the top forever. No hate to the clans, but what I'm saying is that, yeah, the clan battles have not changed. It's just been one straight quest that everyone has had to do. People asked for a change. That also didn't happen. On this Titanic over here that they introduced to clan battles, it says rewards in 2025 April and May clan battles. It is currently June. That has still not been changed. A lot of people asked for more ultimates to be added into the game, whether it was pay to win, whatever it was, just a way in order to get more ultimates. That also never happened. We asked for more masteries to grind for and possibly even higher tiers of the ones that we currently have. That also never happened. You get the point of what I'm trying to say. I could go on forever on things that people have been asking for, begging for at some point, but the developers have completely disregarded them. Now, I do understand that the developers are all probably under a contract and they're only allowed to do certain things, but at the same time, that is completely ruining the player experience. This tower defense update was arguably good too. Like, I'm not even gonna say this was a bad update because it definitely isn't, but once again, it came out basically broken and very laggy at first if you especially try doing infinity mode. And I mean, at the same time, bro, this is just an experience inside this game that you could go ahead and play a completely different game on, which provides that experience much better. Like, I know a lot of people don't play anime games, but this game called Anime Vanguards, if you've actually ever played it, it's a tower defense, and I can promise you it is 100,000 times better than the Pet Sim one. These games often provide way more content than big games can ever do, and the problem is, well, the stuff that we get in big games is pay to win. Some of the best pets inside this update are inside of these dark unit eggs, and well, there's really no point in continuing. Wait, what? My inventory is full? Hello? What does that mean? I've never seen that in my life. But this update is arguably pretty good. The only problem is that none of this stuff comes into matter when people have already quite literally quit the game a very, very long time ago just because the developers have not been listening. If only the main focus of every single update was in the exclusive shop, maybe we could get better stuff. Now, I'm not against people adding pay-to-win stuff to their games. Like, the developers definitely have to make money, and I'm perfectly fine with the addition of this stuff getting added. However, like I've said in every single video, when you add a lot of things like this, you also must meet it with the quality of the update, which 99.999% of the time, big games has lacked and they have never tried getting it better. Opening these eggs also just made me realize that before we've asked for the ability in order to be able to, for example, open more of these presents at once. And so still up to this day, we can only do 8. So yeah, that just shows you even more that the developers probably don't even care. There's so many discontinued items in my inventory that have never came of use and will never be useful ever again. Like, I'm never gonna be able to do stuff with this. Like, for example, one of the things, I have like cannons inside my inventory. Yeah, these cannons, especially this black hole cannon, was one of the most expensive things when it first came out, and I got 3 of them. If you couldn't tell, it's completely useless today, and I've literally lost of every single value that I could have possibly had with it. Now, I do have to stress that me quitting PetSim99 does not, for one, it does not mean that I quit forever. I will probably still be checking out the updates ever so often and anything I find of value to record in this game. The idea that I'm trying to express here is that I will slowly be moving onto other games. For example, Grow a Garden. That is a game that I've wanted to play on this channel for a while now. Not only just on this channel, but I've been playing it on other channels. Hint, if you know what the channel's called, congratulations. But I want to express my audience to them that you guys, for one, I want to show you guys other types of content that I can create. And on top of that, I want to expand the reach of this channel in order to be able to, you know, enjoy the games that I actually play and to continue on as a YouTuber. It's important that I just don't sit on this game because this game is literally rotting. And at this point, I feel like we might see a new Pet Sim game very soon. I don't know how that would perform, but hopefully they can do it right this time. And that's also another problem. Pet Sim did it right at first, bro. Like, everything was fine. Everybody loved the way they were doing their updates. And now we all just hate it because they've not changed. If anything, all the updates changed for the worse. And like, bro, I just don't care about anything they add at this point. I hope they can introduce things such as, I don't know, a way in order to make our Titanics evolved. And for us to be able to use these huges in order to make Titanics. So that way, there's a reason to evolve your Titanics as well as make Titanics using your huges. And evolved pets in this game should do something, by the way. They literally reintroduced evolved pets into PetSim99 for whatever reason, and they just did not make them do anything. Like, evolved pets are just there for their looks and the amount of gems that they give you inside of the exclusive daycare. However, the difference of gems you get in the exclusive daycare is little to no care, and I don't think it's good at all. Like, look, if I were to put this evolved stupid rainbow pet in here, yeah, this earns me 1.2 million a day, which means it would take me around a full week in order to get one normal huge pet. Excuse me, but why would I ever do that? And I don't know if you guys have noticed off of their efforts, but in the past, we actually used to get different breakables in all of the areas. It would be colored based off the area, the looks of the area, and stuff like that pretty much. Now, all the breakables inside all these areas are almost the same, and they change ever so often. Like, as you guys can see, in these areas, they're constantly changing to different types of stuff. And for example, like, this area has flowers in it, so these stuff have flowers around them. This area is a mine, so there is like these mine carts and stuff like that. Yeah, that never happened in the later areas. We also never got updates to features that have been in the game forever but have gone untouched because they're worthless. For example, secret keys. This was so cool when it was first added, but now whenever I go in this area, and let's see, what offerings do I get? Crazy deals. Wow, we got an old boot, another old boot, and poop. Wow, thank you very much. But imagine a new player coming into the game. They go on ahead, open the secret door that says there is crazy deals at this merchant. Like, look at that, crazy deals. Would you believe it? You go up to the merchant and you're offered all old boots. Wow. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be so mad grinding for that and then finding out it's worthless because I've just wasted my time. And if you were to guess, I'd probably leave the game. I will say I am never going to lose faith in big games because I genuinely think when they do want to turn the game around for the right reasons, they will be able to do it. They are a massive team. They're very good scripters, and I think highly of them. However, at this moment, this is going to be one of my last videos that I'm ever making on this game. Same with supporting it. I will probably not be supporting this project for much longer. I've also gone ahead recently, developed my own games, and I have a few more coming on the way that I think I'm going to dedicate my soul and life into, because Big Games clearly doesn't with theirs. But I do understand that making a game is hard. I just hope they do it better. Oh, look, Fishing World. Wow. Where is the portal? Hello? You get what I mean. And also, look at all these bots hopping in the game. Wow, amazing. Why are you guys still here? This game is literally dead. Oh my god, it's my favorite YouTuber. Thank you. But the one goal that I have in this video is not to say that I'm quitting, but I hope this video hopefully makes a change in this game. And I very much hope you guys can spread that news around, because I genuinely do not want to see the end of this game. But if this is the path it follows, it may very well so be. And if you enjoyed this video, watch this video on the screen right here. I hope some changes are made, and I will catch y'all all in the next one. Hurry up, watch it. This video is about to end. Bye!